You're listening to SM Media, the #1 place for exclusive content.
Hi everyone and welcome to this week's episode of the Scottish Football Show right here on SM Media. I'm Scott McPike, delighted to be your host as always. Joined as always by Mark Wilson. Mark, how are we doing?
Fine, thanks Scott. Fine, looking forward to the show again. A wee bit of competitive rivalry will ensue after today's quiz. So if we're all in the same room, I could see punches being thrown today, but I'm glad we're doing this in this forum via Zoom.
Brilliant. We're delighted to have you on as always. Joined as always again by Shankers, rocking his new Mark Shankland 10 hat that you can get. We'll post a link on how to get the Mark Shankland 10 hat. Shankers, how are we doing?
Hi, I'm good. Good, Scott. Looking forward to it. Let's test my knowledge against yourself. You seem to be a bit of a book of knowledge on football in a group chat, so I'm going to test my knowledge and I'm going to say I'm quietly confident.
Brilliant. Looking forward to it. The tension started already. What we're going to do is we're going to just talk over the results over the weekend, and then we're going to pass the floor over to Wilson, who's going to present the first ever Scottish football quiz on SM Media. So we'll get straight into it. We'll go through the results over the weekend. Celtic 6, Livingston 0, St Johnstone 0, Aberdeen 1, Hamilton 0, Dundee United 1, Kilmarnock 2, Ross County 2, Motherwell 1, St Mirren 0, and today we're just recording after Rangers 2, Hibs 1. Wilson, what was your result of the weekend?
I think you have to say it's probably Celtic's result, to be honest. I think if Hamilton, Ross County or Kilmarnock had won their game, then it would have been one of those results, I would think, at this stage of the season. But I think Celtic's result, and as I say, I think possibly Celtic were maybe due a result like that. But I think, unfortunately, Livingston were possibly due a result like that. They've certainly been off the boil in recent weeks. So I think scoring 6 goals, I don't think you can complain. I didn't see any of the Rangers game today, but I think, again, as much as I'll get abuse for this, I think, again, you've got to give Rangers and Steven Gerrard some credit. You know, with the league done and dusted, the European thing over for this season, you know, they're still getting them in, because Hibs, let's be honest, at the moment, they're the third best team, you know, and they're still getting out and having to beat them, and they've done that as well. So possibly we can look at that result as well as a good result. With Aberdeen winning yesterday, might have been a wee bit extra pressure on Hibs today. But again, it's probably Aberdeen have benefited over the weekend, and again, credit to Rangers that they're still getting out and beating everyone that's in front of them. Definitely.
Shankers, what was your result of the weekend?
I would probably agree with Wilson. It has to be Celtic's result against Livingston. Obviously, it's no surprise, but it's maybe just a surprise how convincing it was. They've struggled. A team they've struggled this year. They've struggled to maybe. They've struggled to beat teams in general a lot, like convincingly, as in your 4, 5, 6 wins. So to go and score 6 goals against Livingston is some feat, but it's all tight at the bottom. It's going to be interesting. I think was it 4 games left, so it's going to be interesting at the bottom. That's probably where all the talking points are going to be in the next coming weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Wilson, Kilmarnock 2, Ross County 2. Was that a big chance lost to? Can I get some distance between yourselves and Ross County?
I think so. And I think when the fixtures came out, again, me for one, I thought I was pretty confident that would be probably the result that would, you know, increase their chances of staying up and deflate Ross County a wee bit. But watching the game, a wee bit of a game of 2 halves, you know, Ross County did really well second half. Again, there was another flashpoint where Lafferty could have been sent off again. He could have been sent off up there for a flailing arm. Could have been possibly sent off yesterday. I don't know if you saw the footage of Ian Viger's face. Mm-hmm. Again, the one up at Dingwall was Stonewall for me. Yesterday's one, a wee bit inconclusive, but and I do feel, you know, if Lafferty's suspended for a couple of games, then we could be in trouble. And as I said weeks ago in this show, when we've got the likes of Lafferty and Chris Burke, they're the ones that are going to, do the job and keep Kilmarnock up. I say probably over the piece of draw was possibly a fair result, but again, preventable goals. If you come on again, a set piece where I think Medley's got to be stronger. The first one as well, I don't know if you've seen it, but Billy Mackay's beaten him in the air to a header. Will be a great finish for Michael Gardine. But I think over the piece of draw was a fair result, but I think it's probably a better point for County than it is for Kilmarnock.
Definitely. We'll touch on a couple of wee talking points as well with a couple of questions. Shankers, the question here is, should El Yunusi be a target signing for Celtic next season?
In my opinion, probably no. I don't think he's consistent enough. I don't think he's consistent enough for where Celtic need to be. I don't follow them or watch them a lot. I've got mates that are Celtic fans, and he's too hot and cold. For me, I think James Forrest is a far better player. And I think at times if Forrest is playing this season, if he's fully fit, El Yunusi doesn't get in the team. But then again, I don't know his numbers and stuff like that. They could be quite good, but I think overall performances, I think they need to be looking for slightly better for what they would probably it's more for the fact that what they would have to pay for him rather than anything, just because he's playing with Southampton. I mean, what are they going to be looking? They're going to be looking for £10 million or something for a player like that. Is he all that? I don't know.
Well, what do you think about El Yunusi? Would you, if you were the Celtic manager, would you be keen to keep him next season if the kind of price was right?
I think what the 2 points that Shankers mentioned there, I think consistency's been an issue for him, and also think the price tag that maybe comes with him. If it was 4.5 million, yeah. I mean, he kind of strikes me a wee bit like Scott Sinclair. Like on his day, he's unbelievable, like a smashing talent. And then other games, I'm thinking, was he playing? And again, you're looking at him yesterday and thinking, great match performance. He was undoubtedly Celtic's best player yesterday. But again, it's against, no disrespect, it's against Livingston. Does he do it every week? No, he doesn't. His goal record must be fairly decent for this season, for the poor season Celtic's had. And I think it might be a kind of, depending on who the Celtic manager is, which we'll maybe touch on later, is it something that you would sign that would maybe keep Christopher Ayer there? Both international.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that something, along the pipelines? But if Southampton turn around with anything over 5 million for me, then I wouldn't be signing him now.
I think that's the only thing that would put me off. I think if he got him at a decent price, I think he would take him. But as an overall business, a business decision, I don't think it would be right if, depending on the fee, which I think could be in for £8 to £10 million.
Well, they paid 15 to get him, so Southampton, so they're going to.
Southampton paid for him.
Yeah,
could be signing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think they're going to accept.
Are they going to cut 10 million off his figure? I don't know. Maybe half it, 7-8 million. But I don't know.
My thinking would be as well, if he's impressed at Celtic or a decent maybe Championship club or lower Premier League, going to maybe pay a bit more to get him.
What's his contract situation at Southampton as well? Do you know that? Because if he's got a year left, they would maybe take a cut just to get some money. But if he's got 2 or 3 years left, well, they're going to want that paid up, aren't they?
Is there a part of a deal there if they wanted Edward or Ayer? I don't know. Is there a part of a deal there that could be? Because I can't see him being at Celtic next season, to be honest. So there may be something along those pipelines, but again, it depends on the price tag. It depends on the new manager.
Yeah. Another question as well. Which 2 teams do you think will be in the bottom 2 places in the Championship? So we're assuming I think Al are 7 points below 8th, so I'm assuming they're probably going to be 10th, aren't they?
I would think they get their league up just now.
Just get through.
I think, unfortunately, it's too little, too late. 4 games to go and 8 points. It means we need to win 3 games, and things need to go their favour as well. So I think it's too much for Alloa, but honestly, I fear for United. I really do, and that's their 7th now, but with 4 games to go, Arbroath been down there before, know how to get through it. Campbell, very experienced manager. Morton as well. But
I think Morton would be the one for me. I think they've been really, really poor as of late. I think there has been a dip in form there.
They lost, was it during the week, to Dundee?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 3-0.
At home.
At home. 4 games to go. It's going to be tight, put it that way. But
yeah,
I think Ayr could slip into there.
It was a massive game on Saturday. Arbroath play Ayr at Arbroath, so that could be a very big clash as well.
Who's Morton's game against?
Morton have
Dick Campbell, friend of the show. I would like to see his team start.
Absolutely.
Definitely. I'd look. Morton play Alloa on the 24th, but I think Morton have a free week because of the Scottish Cup next week. That's what lead on to that as well. Obviously, a kind of fixture, kind of worries about the fixtures with things like that after the death of Prince Philip. What do we think of that, Wilson? If you were, obviously we don't expect the game to take place at the time of 4 o'clock on a Saturday. When do you think would be the best time to do it? If there's a way to do it without playing it on Saturday or earlier on Saturday, what would be your best solution here?
Again, it's a very difficult one, to be honest. What I would say, just kind of thinking over it as I saw social media over the weekend as such, if there was fans at the game, would the Old Firm quarter final or last 16, whatever it is, would it be played at 3 o'clock on a Saturday?
No.
I wouldn't have thought so. It would be more likely a 12 o'clock Saturday or 12 o'clock Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see why that's kind of changed, because if fans had been allowed in, right, and they now say Friday night at 7:45 or 4 o'clock on a Sunday, well, we've seen in previous years what evening and night games with the Old Firm supporters tend to do when there's opportunities to enjoy themselves before and after the game. I would think it would be the normal 12 o'clock kickoffs. I don't understand why that was changed to 3 o'clock on a Saturday. For that reason, maybe they're thinking without fans, there wouldn't be some of the issues we've had over the years. But it's a very difficult one in terms of changing the fixtures and things. I wouldn't have thought, there'll be many Stranraer, Hearts, Hibs fans that are going to now tune into the funeral of the Duke of Edinburgh because the games aren't on. I think they'll probably find something else to do. So I don't quite get, what purpose it serves as such. However, it's a state death as such. I know it's not going to be a state funeral due to what he wanted and what he's organised as such for his own funeral. And as I say, I don't think Prince Philip would be too bothered if the Scottish Cup games went ahead at 3 o'clock at the same time. To be honest, I don't think he would particularly bother. But if that's the protocol, then the protocol has to be adhered to.
Yeah, definitely. Shankers, would you go along with that? Which kind of your thoughts on the situation?
I just think, obviously, because the current situation that we're living in just now, the funeral is going to be televised because there can't be people attending as such. So the decision that's been made, it'll be televised for everybody. I think the sensible decision would maybe be to move it to Sunday, because I just don't think the Friday night before the funeral, when there's going to be stuff on the TV, etc. As I agree with Wilson, it doesn't really affect it as such, but I think the right thing to do is move it to Sunday after the funeral has taken place. I think that would probably be the wise decision, but who knows, it's Scottish football, so anything could happen, to be honest.
Yeah. Last wee point before we move into the quiz. The Celtic manager chat has went a little bit kind of sideways in the past couple of days. There's now a massive gamble on Lucien Favre, the former Dortmund manager. He's now second favourite 9-4. What's your thoughts? I'll go to Shankers first. Do we still think Eddie Howe's the kind of main contender here? Or what do you think's kind of caused it to go quiet the past few days?
I'm not sure what's caused it to go quiet. Maybe interest elsewhere. We know that a lot of people don't look at the Scottish game in a good light for down south, so maybe he's seen another Premier League job or whatever as a better opportunity than Celtic. I think for where Eddie Howe is and where he wants to be in his career, it's a good move for him. because he can do well and then use it as maybe a stepping stone to get back to a Premier League team down south. But it's just strange. There's been so many names branded about for a job. Normally, if there's a job comes up, there's 2 or 3 names, and it's between them, and that's it. But there's been loads of names, so many different favourites changed in and out. Roy Keane, I mean Lampard's been mentioned. Don't think that was ever a goer, but Eddie Howe. Then you've just named, get the name you just named there, but the ex-Dortmund manager.
Lucien Favre, yeah.
It is one, but I think the only thing that I don't agree with is the time that it's taken. I think they need to get. I know you don't want to jump into a decision and rush in, and as John Kennedy says, there's no rush. I mean, but I think in the ideal situation, if I was a supporter, I would want a manager in for the last 4 or 5 games of the season. Basically, it's players playing for contracts, playing for places. He needs to know what he wants and who he can afford to let go. If you get a big name in with 4 games to go, can you convince Ayer to stay at Celtic? I reckon if you get the right man in, you could. But as I said, I think it'll be summertime. I've seen somewhere that it could be summertime before Eddie Howe makes a decision where he wants to go. I don't know if Celtic can afford to wait to the summertime to get this appointment right, because you ideally want to get the ball rolling right now so he knows what he needs, what his budget is, and everything else that comes with it.
Okay, I'd go along with that. Wilson, what's your thoughts on it?
I mean, I'm not. I don't think Eddie Howe should get the job anyway. I don't think his achievements or his record generate, a job at a club like Celtic. To be honest with you, again, when Shankers made a wee point there about 2 or 3 names usually, and I don't know. I'm asking this a genuine question. See when before Gerrard was appointed. I mean, was that a move from left field? Who were the names linked to Rangers prior to Gerrard being appointed?
I know. I think there was Neil Warnock and things like that. That's what I can remember, but I can't really remember. Like it was as if it happened quick, and then it just happened straight away. It wasn't like whereas Eddie Howe's been mentioned for Christmas and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's not as if it's just came quick and it's all rushing. I think that's what happened with Gerrard. It was kept all quiet. It was probably done in the background, but then when the press got a holiday, everything was kind of pushed through really quickly.
The only solid name I remember at that time was Alex McLeish. I remember there been talk of that. That was it. That was the only. Obviously, McInnes stuff happened before that, but.
And again, I had a wee rant.
McInnes,
I had a wee rant about this when it was when Alex Dyer lost his job and who Kelly were looking for. And I just feel Eddie Howe's names, if Eddie Howe was still the Bournemouth manager in the Championship, there is absolutely no way he would be linked with Celtic.
No.
I know, that's the only thing. That's the only thing I don't disagree with.
I still think that who Celtic have possibly asked or who's their intention is probably currently managing possibly a international team and waiting to see what happens with the Euros.
But back to Shankers' point, can Celtic afford to wait?
Well, again, yes, possibly, because I don't think at the moment and possibly the next couple of seasons there's any expectation for Celtic to do anything in European football, possibly next season. So Celtic want to wrestle the Championship back. That is what the main aim will be for the new manager coming in. Now, therefore, if you wait till end of June, for example, and get a manager of international class as such, they're really only riding in a 2-horse race, and regardless of who the new manager is, they're going to get funds. There's going to be players leaving, but yes, there's going to be players coming in. Mm-hmm. As I say, it is only a 2-horse race. And as I say, I don't think there's any European expectation this season. Even if both teams got to the group stages of the Champions League, would be an achievement as such. But I genuinely, going back, I don't see this whole Eddie Howe fascination at all. I genuinely don't. Now, Roy Keane was one of my favourite players, and I kind of think, I'd like him to see him. But again, I'm looking at his record. Now, again, fantastic analyst, knows his stuff as such. But again, I'm looking at his managerial record and I'm thinking, I don't think I'm comfortable with you getting the Celtic job. I don't think you've earned it. But then the opposite of the coin is, has Steven Gerrard earned a job? He was coaching Liverpool 21s or 20s. So did he deserve a job? And as we've spoke about in the show before, I think it was Rory that brought it up a few weeks ago, a Celtic, just say for example, Celtic plucked, let's just say his mate Darnell Day. Darnell Day's new Celtic manager. Are Celtic going to give that fella 3 seasons to win the league?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought so. And as I say, my biggest worry is that Steve Clarke's got it. And he leaves Scotland before the World Cup qualifiers. That's my biggest worry. As much as he was amazing at Kilmarnock, but I think if you're going into that situation where it could be a late appointment, then a more senior manager, experienced manager, will deal with it better than Eddie Howe. And I think Eddie Howe's the same age as me. You know what? I would be a manager at 25. You know, like Eddie Howe. So that's where I worry for Celtic if it is going to be an appointment. But as Mark said, maybe it is going to be a Gerrard-style appointment where somebody comes from left field and comes in and does well straight from the off.
Do you not think though it could be a case of? Do you think it could be a case of like, let's talk about Sean Dyche going to Crystal Palace next in the summer? Eddie Howe's thinking, I could go back to Burnley. Like Burnley could be a job. Like he's maybe got unfinished business at Burnley, kind of thing. Is that maybe something that's bearing in his thinking, kind of thing? Like a job like that.
Do you not think a job like that? But do you not think Sean Dyche, like, is that attractive for Eddie Howe? I know he's out of a job, but Sean Dyche is done all he can do. Basically, got Burnley to Europe and whatsoever. If you want to be in a steady job, it's a decent job to have. But surely he's got aspirations to go and challenge himself, and surely he looks at what Brendan Rodgers came and done and thinks, I want a bit of that. Win a few trophies. Not become a hero as such, but win a few trophies, leave in good terms. I know Rodgers never left in good terms, and then go and get another job in England because manage a top 6 team in England. Probably he's an Englishman. That's probably what his aspirations are to be. But you couldn't get a better job than a Rangers and Celtic manager. For me, as somebody like Eddie Howe at the age he is, you couldn't. Will be the manager and succeed with, but you're also going to get the worst club if you fail at as well. That's the flip side.
That's the opposite side of the coin, isn't it?
Definitely. Right, I'm now going to pass the floor over to Wilson, who's going to take over the hosting for this show as he starts the quiz. Wilson, take it away.
Thanks, Scott. So having a wee quiz here. Unfortunately, Rory can't make it tonight, and he is a genius of football. He knows more than most, so it's a straight shootout between Scott and Shankers for the first quiz. But it's a wee precursor for the end of season one. We'll see how we get on. All right, so I'll do 10 questions. We'll check answers, then we'll do the final 10, and we'll see who's crowned the winner.
What happens with answers? Are we showing them, or are we just going to? Because you can't just go, I've got that.
Well, if there's any disagreement, or you're saying, you can show them.
I show up the screen, right.
Not everyone after the 10, but I'm quite sure you'll be honest with you. Right, so question 1. Name Peterhead's home stadium.
The what, sorry?
Name Peterhead's home stadium.
Yeah, that's no one I've played at.
That's just Anfield and Old Trafford now. Your days at Liverpool and Birmingham. Right, question 2. In the Hibs squad, who's number 27?
Oh, by the way, I'm a genius with football numbers. It's mental, honestly. Ask Wally Lyle, I was at his bit last night. He reads it the team numbers and I just named what it is. That's the truth. Remember, Scott, you asked me about a specialist subject and I told you it was kick numbers.
That's right.
Right, question 3. There's 2 SPL players that have been sent off twice this season. Who are they?
Oh, come on.
I'm just guessing this.
I've had Rash. Yeah, and a couple who I've had one, but whether they've had another one.
If you want a clue, none of them are Rangers players because their players don't get sent off. Just to note that.
I've got a Kelly player then, just because they've been the bottom.
I think I've got one.
Right, question 4. In the Championship, which team has conceded the most fouls?
A team in the bottom.
Championship.
You happy
I'm
with that?
changing an answer, but
Okay. Yep.
I just remember a wild elbow again.
That wasn't Willie Lell you were talking about, was it? Right, question 5. Phoenix Drilling Limited sponsor which Scottish team? Oh, Pikey's panicking at that there.
I don't know. I know it, I can see it.
Striker, the sweat's pouring off him there.
I can see it.
Oh, I think I've got it.
Question 6. If all the SPL games were away from home, who would be top and who would be bottom of the league? So taking just their away performances, who would be top of the league and who would be bottom of the league? Yeah, you happy with that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Question 7. Chris Boyd is the top scorer ever in the SPL. Henrik Larsson's second. Who is third and fourth? So 2 names I'm looking for. Third and fourth.
Is this SPL until it changed to SPFL or?
I have no idea.
Right, okay.
Nah, can't believe I've put it, but it's obscure, put it that way.
Right.
Left field.
Question 8. What is the highest amount of points that the league has been won? So the total points, the highest amount. And I'll give you a clue. It was Celtic in 16-17.
Right, I've got it.
Question 9. In season 2002-2003, how many points did Rangers get? Season 2002-2003, how many points did Rangers get?
It's just a star.
In question 10, how many caps does John McGinn have for Scotland?
Now I ken that because I was watching a video the other day there. And he was talking about that. Him and Tyrone Mings.
Do you want me to go over any questions? Are you quite happy?
Nah, I'm all good.
3, what was 3 again?
2 SPL players that have been played off twice this season.
Right.
Now you have to get the whole question right to get a point. No half points are in here. It's whole question to get 1 point. Right?
All right, then, right there.
Right.
I wrote an answer down and I changed it because I thought I might go with my instinct.
So what we'll do is for question 1, I'll ask Scott what his answer was, then Mark, and then question 2, I'll ask Mark, and then Scott, and go for it.
Right, see in this one, I've wrote a couple of names down and scribbled them out, so I'm just writing it in the line below. Right?
Okay, buddy. Pikey looks confident here. He's very
See, I know there's a couple of questions I'm like,
big grin on his face.
I know I'm wrong, but I think that, I don't know.
Right, you
I
have
think
it, Shankers?
I think I've done all right apart from that red card one.
Aye, that's the one that stumped me. That one and the one below it, who's committed the most fouls?
Right, okay. Question 1. Peterhead's home stadium, Scott?
Balmoor?
Mark?
Aye, Balmoor.
Yeah, that's correct, yeah. Mark, Hibs squad number 27?
Chris Cadden.
Pikey?
Chris Cadden.
Chris Cadden's correct. Well done. Here we go.
I thought I had him on that one.
The two SPL players that have been sent off twice, Scott?
I put Ryan Porteous and Kurt Broadfoot.
Neither, Mark?
I've put Michael O'Halloran. And the only reason I've picked this is because his father was a dirty bastard. I don't know swear about my mother-in-law. A dirty bee in training. Is it Andy Mullen's boy, Ross?
That's correct. Ross Millen and Michael O'Halloran.
No chance.
But both are right.
Aye, Ross Millen and Michael O'Halloran, aye.
I'll show you if you want, if you don't believe me, but
No, good. Just stunned.
Right. Shankers, the championship team that's committed the most fouls.
Arbroath.
Scott?
Queen of the South.
Arbroath is the right answer.
The only reason I picked that is because Dick Campbell was on last week. I thought, I can imagine him being a team top, like, get into them.
My goodness. Right, Phoenix Drilling Limited sponsors. Shankers? No. Scott?
Livingston.
Yeah, that's correct. Well done. Right, here we go. If all the SPL games were away from home, who would be top, who would be bottom?
I thought this one was fairly easy.
Rangers would be top. Kilmarnock would be bottom.
Shankers?
Aye, I'm the same.
Correct. Well done, yeah. Dirty gets. Anyway. Chris Boyd's the top SPL scorer. Who's third and fourth? Shankers?
Scott McDonald. And see the other one, it's just a total stab in the dark, but it was just how good he was when he was younger. Eric Riordan.
That's what I've got. Scott McDonald and Derek Riordan.
That's correct. Although it's Riordan and McDonald, but I'll give you the points.
Riordan and McDonald.
Aye. Aye, same thing, isn't it? You never says it had to be a specific order.
Right, number 8, Celtic's points tally 16-17.
102.
Shankers?
106.
106. Shankers a Celtic fan.
Honestly, is that right?
106 points, yeah.
See, he doubted me earlier on in the chat.
Have you had every question right?
I said I was confident apart from the red card one.
Oh, no, I need to get us back here already.
You should get this one, Pikey. How many points?
I know this one, I know.
2002, 2003.
96.
Shankers?
97. I get him right. Because I've got a Rangers history book in my room.
Scott, I need to put a shout out if Alison's sitting on his phone, shouting the answers through.
So,
And he was confident.
I think he's got an earpiece under that hat.
That's how there is dear.
Right, and question 10. How many caps does John McGinn have, Shankers?
32.
32.
32 is correct, well done. So what's that, 10-8? Is that right?
10 what?
10-6.
10-6, you get 4 wrong.
I got the Phil. 3, 4, 8, 9. I got wrong. I'm in the back foot here.
Oh.
10 to go.
All right, that's all right. I don't think Matt's a Yamo no hold a 4-shot lead tonight. Shankers is good.
Wow, that's a good comparison, by the way. I'm going to put 2 in the bunker early doors.
Glad I'm not in the same studio tonight. Right, here we go. Question 11.
I'm nervous.
Who plays at the Simple Digital Arena?
Oh no.
It's not the weakest link you're You have to can't accept the first answer. You can find it if you want.
I don't know.
Tipex.
All good.
Yep. Okay. What two Rangers players are top of the assists league this season? And it's not Bobby Madden and Willie Clark.
Really easy for me.
13. Who is Aberdeen's top scorer? You got that?
Mm-hmm.
I've got that.
14. Who has more caps for Scotland? Craig Gordon or Barry Ferguson?
Oh,
That's a great question, actually.
Right. Here we go. In season 2004-2005, who were the top four scorers in the Premier League? So 4 players' names I'm looking for. Season 2004-2005.
aye. So like, see, you need to get the 4 of them to get 1 point.
4 to get 1 point, yeah.
Don't need to be in order.
No, not in order. That's too tough for you guys. If it was Rory, it would be in order, but no.
I feel good about that question, actually. I think that could be my one back.
Motivate you.
I'm just trying to think of players that were playing, attackers that were playing in teams and about then.
Shankers, you were at Liverpool. You'd have been Van Nistelrooy.
Fowler.
Fowler, aye. Oh, and all your mates would go on that list, Shankers. Right, here we go. You'll like this one, Scott. During Rangers' failure to win 10 in a row, in that period, how many Scottish Cups did they win?
From
During their 9 in a row, which they failed to get 10. I reiterate, failed to get 10. How many Scottish Cups did they win?
That's a total guess, man. Don't feel confident about that one.
I'm giving questions to get Pikey back in the game, isn't it?
Hey, I think he's massively underestimated my knowledge.
I'll be serious. I have. I didn't think I would be 4 down. I didn't think I'd be 4 down at half time.
Hey, don't worry. It's happened to better people than you, mate.
He went from Gascoigne to Keith Lemon in 20 minutes. Right, question 17. In the 2000 Cup final, Aberdeen 0, Rangers 4. Name the 4 Rangers scorers. Well, he knew that one. He was
straight on the pen there, wasn't he?
I watched the game the other day.
Did Hugh Dallas score all 4? Must have been 4 penalties, I would think.
See, I've got 3, but
just have a wee thing, we can come
I've
back.
got 3 in my head, but I just can't get the 4th. I know the 4th person, but I'll stick 3 down there.
If any get the next 2 questions right, I will be amazed.
Many as a 3, many as a left 3, just to be sure.
Yeah. Question 18 is next. Right, you ready? Question 18?
Yep.
Name the captains in the 2005-2006 Scottish Cup final.
You kidding?
I had to Google this myself, Shankers, to be honest.
I think it was. What year did you say?
2005-2006 Cup final, season 5-6.
Right, I think I've got it. I think I've definitely got one. I'm just.
Oh, wait, I think I've got the teams. It's just trying to think who was.
Well, after about 2 hours, I managed to get the teams and I had to Google it.
Oh, I'm just trying. I've got one, and I just need to think of who was the captain of the other team.
Okay. Question 19. Who has got the most assists in the championship this season?
It's been 2 for me. It's got to be a Hearts player, surely, man. You would think. Is this the last one?
Think so.
Last one. In the Scottish leagues, which team comes last alphabetically?
In the what, sorry?
In the 4 Scottish leagues, which team comes last alphabetically? That's a good one, isn't it?
Nah, that's a good question.
That's a good thing for the last one. For my winner.
Yes! Oh my God.
That's a great question.
Another good question, actually.
Not my
I'm trying to think if there's any W's and all that, but
If you want
I
me to
can't
go,
let him go to me.
if you want me to,
I'll be surprised if it is because of the letter.
if you want me to go over any questions, then I will.
17. What was that again? Is that the
Was the
scorers?
scorers in the 2000 Cup final against Aberdeen?
That was 17, right?
Yeah.
And was 18 was the captains.
2 captains, yeah. For the, I know I said the teams there.
I'm very confident here. I think I'm back. If we get solutions for tiebreakers here.
I've got 2 tiebreakers.
Oh, he's
Very good.
confident. He's
Not like this. You need to pull back 4 questions. No chance. Shankers has already got the John Terry strip shin pad. He knows.
Quizmaster 2021.
Right, are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Right there, a couple more minutes. I need
I
need to get my thinking cap on for this. I've got 3 players that have scored. I'm just trying to think.
I could give you a clue, but I'm not going to because that's not fair, Scott.
No. The only one I think I'm totally wrong in is 19. The rest, I think I'm all right. I think I've got a rough idea.
I had to get.
I'm going to say I'm confident up until 17, 18. So that could be too much. That could be the game by anyway, by the time we get there. So
4 and 3.
right, I'm good.
You happy?
Confident.
You
Confident now.
Yep, all ready.
Right, here we go.
Wait there, actually. I've got initials for one of the players for 17 because I couldn't even bought right his name out.
I wouldn't like write out Alexei Mikhailichenko either. So I wouldn't do that either. Right, okay. Scott, question 11. The Simple Digital Arena.
St Mirren.
Shankers.
Aye, St Mirren.
Correct. Shankers, the 2 Rangers players that are top of the assists chart.
Tav and Hadji.
I've got Yanis Hadji and James Tavernier.
Correct. Both correct.
Yes.
Not that this is a Rangers channel. Right. Aberdeen's top scorer. Scott.
Lewis Ferguson.
Right. Mark.
Aye, and the only reason I put it is it takes penalties. That's the only reason I put it. Is it?
Ferguson's correct. Oh, Pike on fire today. Right. Who's got more caps? Craig Gordon or Barry Ferguson? Shankers.
Gordon?
Barry Ferguson.
Craig Gordon. Craig Gordon has 56 so far. Barry Ferguson had 45.
There's a towel. You throw the towel in.
No.
The rest of the
Season
Keep going.
folks.
See,
Keep
the
going.
only reason I went with that is because of the whole situation.
I know, that's what
that
threw me off. I was thinking, like, is that...
And then again, I thought, is it a trick question?
Aye, that's what I thought.
Amazing though how Barry Ferguson's only got 45 caps so in it.
And obviously Gordon's still playing the now, so that's only hang on, can I make that?
Barry Ferguson with 45 caps is deplorable.
No.
They won it, no went to any competitions.
He could still have played every game he was available for. Anyway, let's not worry about that. Right. Season 04-05, the 4 top scorers, any order. Whose turn is it to go first, Scott?
I think it's mine, is it?
Right, okay.
Pusso, Novo, Riordan, Hartson.
Shankers?
I've got the same.
I want to see your writing. Show me your writing, please.
Well, I need to cover my answers.
Leave it to the end there. Leave it to the end. However, that is both correct. Well done.
Aye.
I did actually. Aye, I did.
It's back to front.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Well done.
Riordan was easy because
I was told
the question before.
Aye.
The question before about Riordan one of the top scorers, so that was the only reason I put him there. Novo and Pusso, because he both strikers for Rangers at that time.
Am I right in saying?
I'm very impressed with both of you, to be honest. Very impressed.
Have you had 15 questions out of 15?
Aye.
Done. One, two.
Told you. Fountain of knowledge. It's just my face that makes throws people off. They think I'm daft, but my brain only works with football.
Right, well, that's that now. That's very true. Nothing else up there.
That's a score, by the way.
15.
Bothering doing these questions or what?
Aye, if I get the next 5 right, it's a draw, buddy. And you make the next 5 wrong.
You just need this question right, Shankers, and walk away, son.
By the way, and I'm going to say this was a guess. This one, I had no idea.
I've went into detail with this question.
The only reason is because I was a pup during the end of 9 in a row. So,
right. Do you remember when they failed to win 10? Kelly beat them. Anyway, thanks, Ali Mitchell. Anyway, right. How many Scottish Cups did they win during that 9 in a row? Shankers.
3.
Scott?
3. Can I give you the years?
Oh, that would be lovely.
You presume give him a bonus point because he's not going to win anyway.
92,
bonus point for each of the years, they still wouldn't catch you.
92, 93.
Yeah.
93, 94.
No, I have here, no.
Sorry, 91, 92.
91,
This
92.
was there before. And 95, 96 was the Loudrup final.
Give yourself 1 bonus point, you get that one right.
Right, this is where.
I think that's it. Is that it by? I think that is it by, but I want to.
You want to still test your knowledge.
Definitely. But there's skullduggery going on here.
2000 Cup final, the 4 goals against Aberdeen. Scott?
Tony Vidmar, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, Billy Dodds, George Alberts.
I thought you two would get that.
I got Dodds, Van Bronckhorst and Alberts, and then I couldn't think of Vidmar, and that was how I needed time at the end. Yeah. Albert's my favourite player, so.
Who, Vidmar?
I wrote Albert. I wrote GVB because I couldn't be bold, right?
That's perfect. As long as that was only 3 initials you wrote today, Mark. Question 18. 2005-06 Cup final, Shankers. Who were the 2 captains?
Stephen Presley. And now this is the only name I can think of. Is it Chris McInnes or Chris Innes?
Scott, who did you get?
I've got Stephen Presley for Hearts and for Gretna, Alan Main.
It was Chris Innes, ex-Kelly.
I wasn't sure if it was Innes or McInnes.
He's not getting that, McInnes.
No, I've wrote Innes, but I wasn't sure if
That's what made me think of where he went after Kelly. Aye.
I wrote Innes because if it was McInnes, I would have just wrote an MC before.
To be fair, that is I ken I'm getting a bit shafted here, but that is a good question, to be fair.
I like that one.
Good
Right,
question.
I'm confident I've got them all right now because that was the only two I was worried about.
Surely not get this one right, Shankers.
I'm genuinely gutted. I'll not sleep the night with this.
Championship teams. Most assists in the championship this year, Scott.
I don't know if
Say his first name. Say his first name.
is it Armand Grangeli?
No, they've only signed him in January. I never had him.
Shankers, what's your
No, he
answer?
played in the cup final, did he not?
No. I put Andy, but it was between Irvine and Halliday. But I put Irvine.
Andy Irvine's correct.
Of course it is. Of course it is.
Certainly wasn't going to be Andy Halliday.
Well, I just thought, but they basically centre midfield, and I thought Halliday's more of a holder, I think. So that was the only reason. And Irvine's been getting raved about all season. So I've got a Hearts fan on Twitter that's raving about him. So.
Okay, what this is reminiscent of. Have you ever seen the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire with the guy Koss? That's it. Somebody's there going like that with the laptop.
They did well because my laptops are right there. So
right, and then the last question: out the 4 Scottish Football Leagues teams, which team comes last alphabetically?
I'm surprised at this because of the letter. Because I thought there would be teams further down. Is it Stranraer?
That's what I put, Stranraer.
That's correct. It is Stranraer.
Boom! Shakalaka.
Right, give the 2 tie breaks. I'm going to try and get some.
2 tiebreakers.
Yeah, give them.
Right.
Wait there to write down tie break.
He's writing down 20 out of 20, him.
It's the first time I've got full marks in my life.
And some junior questions to try and help him to. Outrageous.
There
Right.
we go.
Which team in Scottish football is the only one to have the letters A, B, C, D, and E in their name?
Oh, come on.
You can write that down to a colour.
Alison kens this.
A, B, C, D, and E in their name.
By the way, Pikey's corner struggled. They're going to throw in the till any minute.
I can see next week when we come on, there'll be a big hole in that wall below Tiger Woods. Furious.
It's a black tie event next week for Pikey's knowledge.
He's let, see if it's not about Rangers, he's let me down the day. To be fair, with Rory's on, I could do a Rangers quiz if you want. I know Scots are neutral in Scottish football, but Shankers and Rory will know more about Rangers possibly, but I can do a Rangers one if you want.
See what helped me in a few of the Rangers questions?
Is the fact that you've already had a conversation about the answers I knew before.
Oh, I've got a book on the Rangers history through my room.
Is that what you studied?
I got it for my Christmas stuff.
Nah, yep. I have been done the day, I'm not going to lie.
Right, that is, see, to be fair, Scott, Marco's the same. Look when Marco comes across sometimes. See, when lockdown, it was 40, we all took a turn. Marco won most weeks. And it was the only question he really struggled on was, and I'll do this in the future weeks, was guess the player. She would read out a clue.
Right.
Etc., etc. So we'd read out 9 clues and he still didn't know who it was, and it was him.
That's brilliant.
And the first one, it was said it was played for 3 different teams in the SPL. And he's going, me. And then it was scored over 50 goals for 3 teams and all that. And he's like, And then it was played abroad, because he played in Ireland.
Aye,
And
Shelburne.
and then we read it out. We just kept all laughing.
That is good. That is good.
I can't get this first one. I'm trying to get through them and I can't.
You want me to just say it? Put him out of his misery?
Or do you want to stay with
I just give the answer because I can't get it.
Cowden beef.
Shankers?
Cowden beef.
Cowden
beef.
Good. Good.
That
was an easy one, Scott. I thought you would have got that one, man.
Right, and the last one that I had as a tiebreaker was 3 Scottish players have won the Champions League, but only 2 have played in the final. Name the 3 players in the finals they were in as such.
Paul Lambert, 1997.
Yes.
Andy Robertson, 2019. Darren Fletcher, 2008.
I should have got that one. I'm glad the Cowden Beef one got a winner. I try to make some up-to-date ones, some old ones, but well done, Matt. You are the winner of the first SM Media quiz, as Scott descends into his encyclopedic knowledge and realises that a young 19-year-old ex-Liverpool professional player...
19, I can deal with that. 19, I like that.
What I told you were 8, mate.
I can't speak.
Am I getting any plaudits or is...
No, I'll give you respect where it's due.
Are we just going to rub this off?
Do that again?
He's won himself an MS10 hat.
Yes, you have indeed. Very good. No, I'll give you credit where it's due. I will give you credit. I'm fucking raging.
I thought that was...
There was a few toughies for me, but overall, my knowledge, the cream always rises to the top, as they say. I've got
to say, the first half, you did one in the first half.
What I would do next time, for example, was do 30 questions, but I would do 10 on Scott's specialist subject, 10 on Shankers, 10 on Rory's, and we all got to answer each other's.
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
That would separate you. At least
me and Rory would really struggle with WWE questions.
That's to be odd in Scottish football, to be fair.
What is Trish Stratus's brass eyes?
Questions, Pike, you couldn't have on Rangers because Rory and Shankers would know them as well.
I know. But as well as that, anybody that was that played along at home, tell us what you got. But probably you didn't have the answers given to you beforehand.
I
can't even get credit where credit's due.
No, I'll give you credit. I'm only joking.
I'm up to 3 o'clock in the morning research and used to as a cheat. Unbelievable.
But very good. I enjoyed that. It was a good laugh. Really enjoyed that.
I'm going to put this answer sheet in a photo frame up in the living room, man.
Let's sign it.
Again, to say it, we're just going to...
No, you did well.
Are you going to edit the "Hello Darkness, my old friend" into the end of the theme, end of the show? We'll just leave and we'll leave you in the Zoom yourself with "Hello Darkness, my old friend."
Aye, no, good questions, great questions for the question master. 20 out of 20. You can't complain.
We'll get a rematch sorted.
Aye, we'll get a rematch sorted. We will. Very good. I loved that. It was a great laugh.
Well, you could possibly do.
He signed it and all.
Beautiful.
Possibly do one next week before the Scottish Cup games are off. We'll have nothing to talk about.
Aye. All that definitely. But thanks.
See if any of your previous guests would like to come on, except Daryl Meggie. He's not invited. Only joking, Daryl. They can come on and compete in the quiz as well.
Definitely, it's something we'll be desperate
to answer anyway, but he can come on if he wants.
Special subject, thing's a good idea. I really like the sound of that, but really enjoyed that. Just want to thank Shankers and Wilson for conspiring against me there to pull off a victory.
This is how seething he is. He thinks there's a Scam.
A wee bit of Easter time fun. The better weather's come in, you try and enjoy it, and he's thrown accusations at us.
All I can say is, for the man who goes after Bobby Madden, Willie Collum, Kevin Clancy, you
Wait next week, by the way. Under instructions.
Bobby Madden. That was brilliant.
The man keeps getting Rangers games. I generally don't.
Is he the referee for Saturday?
Aye.
And he's just had the memory of his Gerrard 55 long sleeve. He'll be wearing under his referee costume.
Oh, well.
Final question for Shankers. I'm going to burn them before we go off there. Who won the WWE Championship match last night?
I actually know this. Bobby Lashley.
Who won the SmackDown Women's Championship match?
Oh,
man, Randy Savage.
I've got I've got her name. Is it blonde hair?
No.
Oh well, I thought it was is it Julia Banks? No.
Nah, she beat Sasha Banks. Bianca Belair. So.
Oh, I don't even. I've never heard that.
Cut me off when you're talking about this place.
Brilliant. But thanks very much to everyone that watched the show. We'll be back next week. We will be keeping everybody updated with the fixture situation. But I just want to thank Wilson and Shankers for coming on.
You suck. You suck. You suck. Got angle.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, everyone. We'll see you soon. Cheers.
See ya.